have a donation-fueled snack bar up there. I got beers. I got White Claws, hard seltzers, Doritos, stuff like that. Please support the bar because we are a community theater. I also just want to say I'm glad you guys are here. This is a very special show to me. I love this show. So put your hands together to welcome Stoner Morning Show!
Check.
Ellie's here.
All right. Ellie's here. Zarif is here. Anya.
Our fact checker, my
Masha
lady.
the dog.
Masha the dog.
We have guests
At
here.
war.
We have a guest on her way. And
Beautiful.
we have everyone. And we cover everyone but audience.
You guys are here.
Everyone's here. Yeah.
You're looking beautiful. Thank you for taking shelter in here with us and not venturing out to the rain. The dulcet tones of Zarif, everybody. Yeah. Dulcet de leche.
Do you like being described as dulcet, the music that you play? Do you have a preference for how it's spoken about? Is dulcet fine?
I call it ocean music.
Ocean music?
Ocean.
That's nice.
See, Anya?
Ocean
he
music.
prefers to hear it described as ocean music, so...
Yeah. I also don't know what...
don't depart from that.
I don't know any synonyms for dulcet. A dulcet...
I thought dulcet meant sweet.
Yeah.
Dulcet de leche.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sweet ocean music. Is that too much? Okay. All right. Well, I know. I disagree. I can't say anything I want.
I wonder if there's anybody whose legal name is...
I only want to say the things that I do want to say.
Yes.
I think there's a distinction there.
Yeah, don't say the things you don't want to say.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's anybody whose legal name is Sweet Ocean Music.
Sure. I mean, maybe.
If somebody has a baby in the next 2 years, please name their child Sweet Ocean Music. First and last name. Please.
Bravo.
That's it. And that's how we start the show.
Yeah.
This is the beginning.
This is it. This is the show. Well, I have some things that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm going to have to read it so I can get my complete thought out.
Who likes to be read to? Has anyone here ever been read to and likes to be read
Sure,
to?
everybody.
Okay.
What's been on my mind lately is that war must be better than sex because we seem to seek out conflict more than compromise.
Ooh, deep.
I mean, I saw Dune in the theater, and it's a rough movie because, I don't know, like, I do think about how so much of the art we consume is, like, apocalypse-focused, you know, like end of the world focused, but so much of our stuff is like conflict. Like every action movie is about like destroying the other side and all that other stuff. I don't know. I don't know what the value of seeing Dune is in the theater other than it's like visually stunning.
I mean, is that a way of, is that in some way an opposite of conflict? Is beauty?
I mean, I guess so, but did anyone here see Dune? And what were your thoughts?
It was pretty.
Yeah.
I had a nice scope. I was actually standing in my room when it happened. Felt like I was in a
Oh, yeah. But why are we rooting for these main characters?
Because we don't want to live in a fucking sandstorm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like so. I don't know. There's so much violence. Like everything we consume is like murder shows and yeah.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, sure. What's that?
Is she still writing? Who is the lady that show's about? Angela Lansbury. I'm sure
I don't
she's
know
still
if
writing.
she ever wrote any of those episodes, but we'll have her on someday, maybe. I guess we'll ask her. Were you the teacup? Was that actually you, or in Beauty and the Beast?
I feel that I wasn't with you on the Dune point, but since I found that out about Angela Lansbury, now I'm with you. Okay. I don't want to see Dune. Anya
I'm
raised.
going to see the sequel. Oh, Anya wants to see it.
Anya raised her hand as soon as you said you saw it in the theaters.
You raised your hand.
Okay, well, I was just going to say, you said something about how people prefer war over sex, and because of conflict versus connection.
Yeah.
I
Well, the part in the movie that made me think about this. The part in the movie that made me think of this was there was a battle scene, and it looked like all these soldiers who were trained for war. It looked like they were having the most fulfilling moment of their lives because now they were able to we've been trained to destroy. Now we can do it. But I'm going to see the sequel. I saw it in IMAX.
There's going to be a sequel?
Yeah, there's going to be I think 3 altogether.
How much Dune do we need?
Yeah. It's a big book. And then there's sequels.
What's the opposite of a dune?
A pit.
A hole? There it is!
Yeah.
Dunes versus holes. That's what you've been talking about this whole time.
Yeah. What's up with you?
I'm full of feelings.
Yeah.
You ever feel like you got so many feelings in you, you're turning different colors? The way you just nodded at me made me feel seen, but also more sad. God bless you. Yeah, life is, I don't know. Life is magical. You won a shirt earlier. Give it up for this person. Won a shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Won an official NAR shirt.
It's ACOS, right? ACOS, yeah. We met outside. If I'm allowed to say your name publicly in front of people, yeah.
I had things I wanted to talk about, and I just realized that they're written on my phone, which is charging.
Okay.
So I'm just going to freestyle for a little bit. Oh, here comes fact checker Anya.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I just got a request to be on our show.
Oh.
There it is.
From who?
My grandmother.
No, who?
No, darn it. From Eric Bergstrom, our friend Eric Bergstrom. Anybody know Eric Bergstrom?
We'll have to say yes.
What's that?
We'll have to say yes.
I don't have to say yes. It makes me sad you weren't more excited about my grandmother being.
Well, you asked for your phone so you could remember what you wanted to talk about.
Oh, shit,
you just
thank
put
you.
Your phone away.
Yeah, what did I want to say? Oh. Do I want to ask this now? I'll ask this now. Because I am curious about this. Okay, raise your hand if you at this moment do not live in the home you grew up in or with your parents. Raise your hand if you don't live in the home you grew up in or with your parents.
That's me as well.
Great. My question for anybody who wants to answer it, my hand should go up too.
Okay.
My question, Zarif. Okay, and if you do, I think that's awesome. I wish I did. So this is the question I am asking for those who don't live with their parents or in the home they grew up in, and or in the home they grew up in. Why did you leave? What's that? They're crazy. That's a really good reason. Anybody else have the same reason?
Well, I had a parent die and my dad sold the house.
Okay, but not with Dad anymore. Like wherever Dad is living now. Why'd you leave his house?
I never lived with that in that house.
Oh, well, yeah. But why didn't you move into that house?
Because I live in New York.
Yes. Why did you come to New York?
Because I didn't want to be in Ohio.
I feel
what's the better answer?
No, I think that's a great answer. I wondered. What am I trying to say? It's always interesting to me why we leave, why we go away, why aren't we just living next to our parents? I think it seems obvious, but then I don't know. We never talk about it. Anybody else have one?
Your car broke down? Yeah. And so you now live near where your car broke down? Is that what you're saying?
What? Your car broke down and your mom was like, go to New York. Oh, because you were using it to get back and forth. Holy moly. If your car didn't break down, you wouldn't have left. Yeah, eventually, yeah. But you weren't planning at the time.
Well, everybody rose their hand, so why are you amazed that nobody lives with their parents still?
I just want, because we all don't.
Right.
You live with your folks?
Zarif does, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were raising your hand because you don't. Yes, but you still live with your folks. Yes. What made you stay? Was that? Say that again? I feel like all of us, I definitely don't have the life skills to live on my own.
Yeah,
I just happen to be doing it.
I'm surprised I've made it this far.
Yeah.
The thought that I had recently is that I really have somehow Big Lebowski'd myself into my 40s.
Wow.
I don't have a career. I just have like a combination of weird side gigs and like freelance jobs.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I love that answer because that's what it feels like when I think for most of us, even if you're like you got I got a career, or I got a this, or I got a that. In the appraisal of like, why don't you live with your parents? Not that it's not a good idea to leave your parents' house. I'm not saying that, but when you take an appraisal of it, there or not there, is it that different? Or even if you lived right across the street, or I don't know. That's all I was thinking about. Anybody? I'll take one more. Does anybody else have a reason why they don't live with their parents? Yeah.
Our lifestyles and our interests are too different.
Did that develop as you became an adult, or is that the way it's always been? Was that the same as? So did you sense that was the case, and that's why you left, or you left and you discovered that?
If I could live with my father in New York, I would. But when I was leaving high school, I was living with my mother, and also I can't live with her. To put this in the most kind way, she doesn't do anything awful, but I have a strong, like, visceral anger that comes out when I'm around her all the time. So I'm like not mature enough to be around my mom.
Holy moly. This is a comedy show.
Yeah, oh yeah.
At some point something funny will happen.
We should have said that right up top as we went into topics of war and like familial unrest, you know.
I guess for me this is one of those days where I'm walking around, I'm carrying, it's like I'm bloated, but I'm bloated with feelings.
Oh yeah. Well, I've been having a lot of feelings too. I talked about this outside with Zarif a little bit. In it, like, so many interactions that I've had with friends and acquaintances lately have been the like revelation that they're going through horrible times, and it's like. Does anybody else feel like their whole their social circle is just like going in a big downer right now? I don't know. Like everything I've been hearing is just like not optimism.
Oof, and that carries over.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing well, it doesn't feel good to know that the people you love are not thriving because you can't. You could bring over a green bean casserole.
Yeah. An unmemorable one that we still talk about. It was not
but just the fact that you brought it over is nice.
Yeah. It's the first one I ever tried to make. The funny thing about when, first of all, Anya and Ralf invited me over to their Thanksgiving dinner, and I think they invited me in August.
Oh, yeah.
It was like...
We knew.
Okay. Well, it was the only invite I received. Other than family, if you want to come to Ohio, you can. But no, it was a very enjoyable. But the funny thing about me volunteering to make green bean casserole is that I don't like mushrooms. And cream of mushroom soup is one of the ingredients of green bean casserole. And then when I looked it up, I was like, why in the hell did I offer to bring this?
Yeah.
So then I found an alternate recipe, which was, lackluster, but we're still talking about it.
Yeah. It was memorable for sure. But wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah. That's about all you can really do for a friend is make them some food and go over, and they may or may not like the food, and hopefully it makes them feel good that you're at their house.
Right.
You know. But otherwise, if a friend is going through a tough time, what can you do? You can't pull them out of it.
Yeah.
It's not up to you. You can't do it. So anyway, I was just trying to commiserate.
No, yeah.
That.
And I don't. We'll bring up our first guest next, and I don't want to go into it that much. But a friend of mine, speaking of food and eating with people, a friend of mine invited themselves over to my place recently.
Nice.
To watch the Beatles documentary.
Holy shit!
Which I had no interest in watching.
Isn't it like 8 hours long?
Yeah, we got through the first part. And anyway, it's much better than I expected.
I want to see it so
But
bad.
I also am not interested in the Beatles at all. Just because I've heard them so much. It's like I don't need to hear more about them. But the documentary is, that is a great part, yeah. No, they are good, but the documentary is fascinating. I don't want to go into it.
I think what'll change your mind is, if you don't know, the Beatles have a great reggaeton record.
Oh.
I just heard somebody say that on your show earlier. I thought that was funny. That was you.
I want to acknowledge all the people who arrived late and say that they're welcome, unless they're here for the open mic that's upstairs. So,
either way.
But anyway, that just happened. That's fine.
Wait a minute. What's happening?
Hey.
Yeah.
You're welcome to stay if you came late.
Yeah, especially if you're into reggaeton.
Yeah. This is a comedy show, and we just talked about death and
Beatles, reggaeton.
Yeah.
We talked about all those things so far.
casserole. Let's bring up our first guest. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's.
Matt, are you doing time or are you?
Matt's good. I think Matt's.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I got some
Give it up
beats.
for Matt Vita.
Matt Vita, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, Zarif could play a beat for you to freestyle too.
Give it up for Matt Vita and Zarif.
All right, what up? All right, guys, what am I doing? I don't know, but as I start every show, a little crowd work. All right, let's start with the crowd work. Where you from? Oh, it's the same audience from the last show. What are you, on a date? With your scarf? Yeah, all right, cool. Where you from? Yeah, this neighborhood, my ass, right? What are you, on a date? That's how I usually do on my dates too, you know what I'm saying? But I usually make it rain after. Okay, all right, what are you, on a date? Oh, it's the host of the show. Okay, Pantera? Oh, cool. Was that, a camera? Or are you just happy to see me? Yeah, all right, cool. You want to go on a date? All right, cool. All right, I'm more likable in real life. All right, I was gonna do a song with him, but he left. All right, I'm gonna do a rap song. All right, how about that? A rap song? All right, cool. So Steamy B is here. I'll share this. Me and Steamy B used to be in a band like 10 years ago, and I haven't seen him in years. Give it up for Steamy B. We've shared a lot of good times together. What was your favorite memory of being in a band together? Gramercy Theater. Yeah, we headlined Gramercy Theater. Me and this guy, all right? Holy shit. Look at us now, bro. Yeah, Irving Plaza, we did it all. We were big time, you know. Then it started raining, so we came in here. All right. What do you want to hear a rap song about, Steamy B? I'll make it up on the spot. Crazy, I know. All right, right on the nose. All right, maybe like a nice melodic at like 85 BPMs. I don't care, whatever you got. All right, it's loading up. Oh. Okay, how's the levels? Yeah. Ooh. How do you feel? Oh. Ooh. Is this real? Oh, it's raining. And now my date's complaining. And and I wanna be maintaining this relationship, so I'ma shoot from the hip. Oh shit, what's that? It's kinda tiny, and it looks like a cupboard. It's over there, I'ma take a trip with my lover. What is this? There's some funny people on stage. And before this, I was in the rain, filled with rage. Now I'm in the seat, and I am basking in the glory of the comedy show, and everybody's laughing. Now the beat drop, yeah, that's a sweet pop. Ooh, yeah, that's my sweetheart too. Yeah, I got a sweet pop. Ooh, oh shit, there's some poop on my shoe. Cause people don't clean up after their dog, right? Why does anyone pick up their shit of the dog? Cause I got it over there like a log of shit on my shoe. And I'm just strolling with my boo in the rain. I'm like, ooh, you too. That's two people with to do on the shoe. Ooh, what do you wanna do? Cause the rain ain't getting it off. Oh man, it is not COVID, but my baby's got a cough. Cause it's still cold and flu season, but we're getting out of the rain. Cold and flus haven't gone away. It's done with the pain that we're all going through it. Ooh, shit, more poo. We're gonna get in this show, and then we're gonna do what we're gonna do. All right. Yeah. Cut the track. Cut the track. That was for Steamy B, former lead singer of the Shipwrecks. Maybe we got to get back out there, man, you know? All right, should I do one more? Or? If you want. What do you want, man? I just want to live. All right, yeah, mate, do you want to do a song together? I don't think he likes me, man. Okay, all right. All right, someone in the back, what do you guys want to hear a song about? Make it up, me and Zarif on the spot. Weed? About the, what, the Illuminati? Okay. Try and find the beat in all this. You know why? Can't find the beat cause I'm on that weed. Trying to find the beat cause the beat is what I need. Cause I gotta go and get the shotty. Cause I got it in my body. It's the fucking Illuminati. And yeah, now we popping in the back. But I be popping. Oh shit, there's some crack. Cause you dribble that little lace shit. I'm kinda wasted. I fucking tasted. It's dusted, busted face kid. Who got a facelift? And the weed got that dust. I haven't been dusted since 2016, and that was very mean. I said, hey, weed man, stop putting worse drugs in my shit, cause I'm riding my bike. That really happened in 2016. I didn't like it. Stop putting that shit in my weed. Yeah, that's the song. Oh my God, that's the song. Holy shit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. Holy shit.
Music from Matt, Vita, and Zarif.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, take us grab a seat, man.
Oh, let's have a seat.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Get up for Matt Vita, y'all.
All right. What can you tell us that we don't know about you? And because, okay, we know comedy, we know surfing, we know Long Island, we know rap.
Mm-hmm. He does all these things, if you don't know that.
We know that you just worked on a movie this summer. What's something we don't know about you?
I could tell you a story.
Okay.
All right. When I was in 7th grade, I dressed up as Jesus Christ on the cross for Halloween.
As children do?
As children do. I didn't have a costume, so I was brainstorming the night before, and I had some oak tag, so I duct taped together a cross, and then I went as Jesus crossed on the Christ, on the cross.
On the cross, yeah.
And there was two things about that costume. One is I refused to sit down all day. Mm-hmm. And if a teacher tried to tell me, I said, well, no, it's Halloween and I'm Jesus on the cross. And Jesus on the cross don't sit down.
Yeah.
And also, I had been at the mall shoplifting the weekend prior, so I had shoplifted a squeeze box. And I figured...
From what store?
Spencer's Gifts.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was a question for clarification. That wasn't a challenge of the story.
Okay.
You didn't feel challenged?
You're not a snitch, are you?
No.
Okay, cool.
Did you feel it was challenging or for clarification purposes?
I feel like every good story has a detail. I feel like you were just trying to shape out the story.
That's what I was, yeah. Good.
Yeah. So yeah, I felt like the only thing missing from my Jesus on the Cross costume was a squeeze, so I brought the squeeze box. Mm-hmm. Now it's funny, there was a math teacher. This was in 7th grade. My high school was 7th to 12th, all in one.
What? Your high school was 7th through 12th?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a middle school and... Wait, no. What? Was this Canada?
Was it Canada? I don't know. Stevie B.
It's Long Island.
No, Long Island. Yeah, no, Long Island, New York.
Now, you know what? That felt... I asked for detail, to clarification. That felt challenging.
That felt challenging, yeah.
Did it feel challenging when you said it?
I have never heard... Anybody heard of this? A high school that's 7 through 12?
Yeah.
What's that?
That's like the suburbs are.
But middle school starts at 6.
I was too busy making out in the playground in 6th grade.
This guy.
Wow.
Yo. Actually, full circle, it was raining the first time I ever made out.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's going to be raining the last time you make out.
Yeah, I make out once every 7 years like a locust.
All right.
I'm doing 2 years, so watch out. Don't come close to me on that day.
But what's the end of that Jesus story?
Oh, so I had the squeeze box, and I was like, so I was just juicing up my costume, walking around, playing the squeeze box. I also wore like a rainbow costume because I wanted to be like a flamboyant Jesus. And then there was this one math teacher, Mr. McAvoy, and he thought it was the coolest thing.
Wow, cool.
So I got out of so many things. I was a miscreant youth. I got out of a lot of things because like I'd be doing bad stuff, and then he'd be like, "Where's the squeeze box? Are you going to bring it by class?"
This reminds me of a 7th grade story. Mm-hmm. I was invited to my 7th grade teacher's wedding. Me and like 5 other kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
What subject?
He was the homeroom teacher / history teacher. He said something in history class that I remember to this day. I feel like it was one of the best things I learned as a kid. And he said America won their independence through revolution, and Canada won their independence through evolution. And that alone says so much about America and Canadian culture. That's what I learned in 7th grade.
I feel like he just dissed me.
Why?
That's just such a... It's like I went it through revolution. I went it through evolution. I would just feel like, damn, you're dope. What's that? That's what I'm saying. If somebody said that to me about Canada, I'd be like, holy shit, you're right. Anyway.
That's true, yeah.
Yes, that's very right.
Anyway, but yeah, I was invited to his wedding.
Did you go?
Yeah.
Did he have any like
I don't know why.
Any like nuggets of wisdom? Like
during the ceremony? No, but he cried during the ceremony.
What a loser, right?
Were you there alone, or did you go with your parents?
I think my parents went with me, and then there were like 4 or 5 other students there. And we were kind of told, don't tell the rest of the class.
Wait, it was what? Wait, so you were still in high school?
No, I was in 7th grade. He was a 7th grade teacher.
That's so much weird. I thought it was like years later. Because I've kept in touch with some of my teachers. Actually, just had dinner with my high school art teacher.
Wow.
Yeah. But like to be invited in 7th grade seems...
None of my high school teachers want anything to do with me.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't live in Ohio anymore, so...
Mine are still around. My parents live in that town, but I can't... Oh, I'm just jealous.
Right. You could come to dinner next time with Mr. C.
I would like to.
I do have a high school story now. I went to kind of an expensive private school on scholarship because I grew up in a poor neighborhood.
Is that why you wear the hat to hide your big brain?
No.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, and I had work study in high school. I had to work at my school weekends for the maintenance department to help pay for my high school.
For how long?
4 years.
Whoa.
40 years?
4 years. I had to clean toilets in my own high school.
What? Yeah. During school hours or at?
No, weekends.
Weekends.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very rough movie to watch.
Wow.
For me. Because my mother passed away, and I was in a relationship with a woman who was much older than me.
You're Rushmore.
Yeah. And I started clubs in both high school and college, like he did.
If anybody hasn't seen Rushmore, watch it now because it's the story of this guy's life. Please.
Yes. Oh, no, yeah. I thought high school was from 6th to 12th grade.
Everything's
No,
changing.
it was a private school, and it was expensive.
What I wanted to ask, what was the name of your math teacher who liked your costume?
Mr. McAvoy. But I've never actually had him as a teacher, which is the funniest thing.
Okay, he was just into it.
He just knew about
From a
me.
He would have
distance.
snuck into his class, maybe.
I wonder if when Mr. McAvoy saw your costume, if he reacted the way this gentleman in the red did when you were rapping. I saw him go, "What?"
Wow.
And
That's a good review.
what I thought when I saw that was, how many times as an adult do you get to have that kind of joy?
Sure.
My God. It was like he'd seen Santa for the first time. You really made his evening.
Is this embarrassing to hear?
I hope it's not, because I was...
Yeah.
That makes
not
me
making
feel
eye
really
contact.
good if that.
Are you
Oops.
okay? Are you now inclined to? Next time you feel that much joy, will you suppress it, or do you feel
will you show it?
rewarded for sharing that much joy? I know this is maybe more talking to than you would have expected.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
sir.
the guy in the red. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next time you
How are
feel
you
that
feeling?
much joy.
Yeah. How,
I don't even know if you... Okay. Yeah, come on up here.
yeah.
What's your...
Grab a chair.
Grab a chair.
Yeah.
But we might kick you off the stage after a minute. But grab a chair.
That's fine.
It's a beautiful coat.
It's a pleasure to be up here. You know?
Yes, thank you for coming. What's your...
My name is Drex the Dragon. Nice to meet y'all.
Say it again. What's your name again?
Drex the Dragon.
Drex the Dragon, everybody. Get up for Drex the Dragon. Gonna do a collab maybe with Matt Vita. Okay, this is what I said to Matt. When he told the story about Mr. McAvoy, is not his math teacher, but a math teacher. He said he really loved his Jesus costume, and I said, I wonder if
Flamboyant Jesus.
Huh?
The flamboyant Jesus.
He was flamboyant Jesus. Yes.
That was hilarious.
Thank you for picking on that detail.
Thank you, Drex.
I asked, I wonder if he reacted the same way you reacted. Because I looked at you when he was rapping, and you went,
Yo, because he was like, something posse, Illuminati. And I was like, yo, he really said it. Like, I didn't think you were going to do it. But he was like, yo, Illuminati. I'm like, yo, what? He did it.
I told you.
YouTube? What?
it just made me so happy because I thought, as an adult, do we get to have that many times in our life where we go, what? You know what I mean? You just don't get a lot of those in life.
Yeah, bro, you got to explore the world. You know how much stuff there is in the world? Like, we have a whole other side of the earth that we just haven't seen in person. And, like, most of the stuff we see is, like, on the internet. You got to go out there and explore the world.
We've also never seen the underside of the earth.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to go there.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Drex, for the way you just put that. I feel like right now I'm revolution and you're evolution.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Oh,
100%.
shit.
That's why I'm out here in New York. That's why I'm exploring, you know? I came from Maryland, bro. I'm from Maryland. I came out here to New York to experience new things. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. What's the coolest thing, and then we're going to go back to Matt Vita, but what's the coolest thing besides his rapping about Illuminati that you've experienced just in this little trip?
Not gonna lie, that entrance, only because it was like you get misguided by this door, and so then you finally go there, so it's like, okay, it's secret, and then it's super hard to open because it's so windy outside, almost smacks you, and then you go in the back, and then there's lights, and then the sign, and I'm like, okay, so now they're directing us, so it's like some I Spy stuff, and you open the door, and it's nice and warm, and people are just chilling, and it's so chaotic outside, like it's the whole entrance into here was crazy.
We make you work for it here. Because if anything is worth having, you have to work for it.
Yep.
I guess. Or I don't know, maybe there's abundance for everybody in the earth, and maybe I'm just spouting some capitalist bullshit that was implanted in me by like the private school that I had to
clean toilets.
Clean toilets to go to. Anyway, I saw Dune today, and It's fucked up my mind, you know. But thanks for being here.
Give it up for Drex, everybody.
Yeah.
Drex the Dragon. God bless you.
All
man.
right. We do have to wrap up Matt because we have another guest, and I don't know. I feel like we're already going over time.
I want to go through the list of things that you do, Matt, because you're a modern Renaissance.
You're
man.
a hyphenate.
You're a hyphenate, and I just tell people what it is that you're getting into. What's the next thing you got going on, and how people can find you. Don't start with the Instagram because that'll close us out. I want you to really tell us what are the things you do, especially even your own hobbies, because you have your own private hobbies that are super cool too.
I like making up songs in my room alone with my girlfriend, and then also my other girlfriend, which is a woman I made out of balloons, and I've been carrying her around for the last month. And we make songs and music videos together. And then I like to go surfing in the winter during blizzards and snowboarding. And I'm working on a couple of films and doing stand-up. And I'm going to make other videos. And last night I did burlesque for the first time, and I stripped. And I had a really good time.
Where at?
At Heather's birthday party.
Oh, happy birthday.
In Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I just want to say you're doing exactly. What was that? What was that? Oh, happy birthday. Yeah. Thank you. I was so rude just moving on. Happy birthday. I just want to say you're doing exactly what Drex the Dragon said to do.
Dude, Drex is the man. I hope to keep in touch with Drex. Me and Drex are going to put an album out. Or at least a song if you want to put a song out.
All right, Big Dog NY1.
Yeah,
on Instagram.
On Instagram. And Norfather on like SoundCloud.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Give it up for Matt Vita, everybody.
Big Dog NY1.
Thank you.
You can put that microphone there.
Yeah. Big Dog NY1.
And all right, the show's chugging along. We have Veronica Garza who's going to come up very soon. Ralph can confirm this. I'm hard about how long we do. You're always like, we'll do how much we do, and I'm like 40 minutes and then out. And I feel like we're already approaching that.
Probably.
Maybe,
could be true.
Yeah.
Could be true. Do you have any other things you want to talk about?
Well, yeah. So a few weeks ago, I brought some film I found some rolls of film that were over a decade old, and I took them upstairs to the third floor to have them developed. And
There's a photo place upstairs that develops
on
film.
The third floor, and it cost me $70 to find out that 2 of the rolls of film were never exposed. But I have one roll of slide film that I can share with the audience what was on it.
How old is it?
Over a decade. Wow. But they didn't come out. It's just they're all blown out. But it's picture. Speaking of my dad's house, it's a picture of a guy power washing the side of the house. Anyway, if anyone wants to see these overexposed photos, you can scroll through. It was a $70 mystery as to what I took photos of, and it's just...
Was it worth it?
No. There's a picture of a girl that might be a niece of mine, but it might be a neighbor. It's hard to tell. There's definitely my dad and sister in one of them.
Yeah, there's ghosts in those photos.
Pass it around. I don't know. If somebody calls, answer it. I don't care. So that's that. And then I'll share this quick, and then we can move on from it. I have a friend who has asked me, he's commissioned me to do a series of Wolfman paintings. He's like, I just want you to paint a bunch of paintings of, like, werewolves in different situations. And I'm interested in the idea, but he didn't offer me money or anything like that. He was just like, this is an idea that I think you should do. He what? He demanded, yeah. I actually didn't respond to his first text, and then he hit me up with, like, several texts. Like, why didn't I answer him? Yeah.
Wow, he's insistent.
Yeah.
What does that make you? Do you feel an obligation? Do you feel like he knows something you don't?
Well, what's that? Well, I felt seen that that he had an idea for me and he wanted me to pursue it, because I think we can all agree that I do a lot of, I don't know, I come up with a lot of weird, stupid ideas, and I feel like it's up my alley. Just Painting. I do paint a little bit. Yeah. I think they're funny. I own a werewolf mask that I bought for fun.
Does this guy know those things about you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know, look out for those, I guess, in the future.
You know what it would be cool if you did? If you turned those washed out photos into canvases and painted the werewolves on the canvases.
I might be able to. Yeah. I'll do it if this guy gives me money to do stuff.
Yeah.
Why am I doing stuff for free? Anyway.
On a side note.
Yeah.
What just happened? I would pay money if randomly, without my knowledge, I just did things in life, and then Ellie just showed up and just pointed and went, "That's brilliant."
Yeah.
I would love that.
What's something else you've been thinking out, and then we'll bring Veronica up. Do you want to do time? Do you want to tell jokes and hang out, or just hang out? Okay.
Beautiful.
If anyone else wants to see these photos, feel free to scroll through. If anybody wants to see these overblown. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to try short. Hopefully this will be short and quick. I made up a game. What I need you to do right now, I'm going to give you maybe 30 seconds. I want you to conjure or remember an idea that you've had in your life that you're like, this is $1 million idea. This is a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody's had for an invention or a thing that should happen in the world. A brilliant $1 million idea that you have.
We had a very enthusiastic hand raised over here. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I want everyone to chime in on this. I've come up with categories of ideas. I want you to, when you're in about 10 seconds, when I say we're going to do this, raise your hand, tell me the idea, and I'll tell you what category that idea will go in. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. Let me just take 10 seconds for those who don't have their idea yet to find it. Shit.
$1
million idea.
Yeah. We do have one. What's your $1 million idea? Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So for an
invention. We've already taken more 10 seconds. He said, we're going to take 10 seconds, and we've spoken for at least 30 seconds.
Shit. I feel like it's hard for people to think when somebody's talking. So I'm going to stop talking. But yeah, it could be for an invention or something that you think should happen in the world. $1 million idea.
All right.
Yeah, keep that going, Zarif. Okay, raise your hand if you got one. If you got an idea.
Yeah. What's your name again? Akos? Yeah. I can't hear what the ideas are. All right. What's your $1 million idea? Akos, yeah. 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 Oh. A washer, dryer, and folding machine. That's pretty good. That's good.
Okay, good.
Yeah. What category of idea is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pick a number between 1 and 6. Pick a number between 1 and 6. 3. Okay, this is a category of idea. This is the category of idea for a washing machine that folds and dries.
Yeah.
This came to me while I was drinking gin and binging The Nanny.
Is that accurate?
All right.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's a back row $1 million idea?
Who had an idea back there? $1 billion idea, yes.
More therapy. Yeah.
More therapy for people, especially who deal with trauma.
Yeah.
Drex, pick a number between 1 and 6. 3. Okay, pick another number. Huh? Pick 5. Okay. This number is this one is, if I'm not dead before this happens, kill me. All right.
Whoa. Wait a minute. That doesn't make sense.
All right, who's got another idea? Okay.
I
Matt Vita's former. Oh, okay, over here.
Like a rent-a-closet, like a small closet in Grand Central on Penn Station, like any major transit place, because you go for like a couple of hours and then you're like, all right, where am I going to put my shit? But if there are any people that don't ever have any place to put their stuff, can rent a closet and then they feel like they have a home. That's great.
Oh, rent a closet. Yeah.
I love that. Pick a number that's not 1 or 5. That's not 3 or 5. Between 1 and 6. 2. Ideas I came up with on the toilet.
Oh, burn. Okay, Matt Vita's former bandmate, and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
Ooh. A beer koozie with a coaster, yeah.
A beer koozie with a coaster. Okay.
Yeah.
Pick a number. What did we do? Pick a number that's not. Pick a number between 1 and 6. That's not 2, 3, or 5. 6. Okay. A beer koozie that's also a coaster. This was written on a rolled up piece of paper I found in a poodle's feces.
In a what feces?
A poodle.
A poodle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way you pointed at me, it seems like you pointed at me as if I understood you. You're like, you got me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's that. Oh, Zarif has an idea. There's only one left, so you're gonna get it, Zarif. Go ahead. Oh, there's 2 left.
All right. Well, there's an idea in the back too. All
okay.
right.
Good. Go, Zarif.
Accountants, but like funded by the government, so they're free for like low-income people, so they can help people save money. We wasted our money on like random subscriptions or things we forget about that we run out of extra finances. So like an accountant that we can go to that's funded by the government will save us, save people in general.
Yeah, financial planners for poor people. Yeah, that's good. Okay, what's no
accountant? So an accountant that for low-income people that it's free, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, pick either 1 or 4. And I'm sorry about this now. The category is, I'm sorry for this whole exercise, but we must finish.
Sure.
The category is, there's a reason why this didn't exist.
Yeah, because the man.
Because of the man.
Because the man doesn't want it.
You're correct.
All right, what's the last idea in the back? What's the last idea in the back? Yeah. Who had, somebody else had it?
Yeah, go for it.
So it's an app called iWalks in the City, and it's basically like a peer-to-peer app in which you can basically make like an hour-and-a-half playlist that corresponds with a GPS-navigated walk in the city.
Oh, wow. A peer-to-peer app that you... Fuck. And New York is a city that does have an infinite number of playlists.
That's a beautiful idea.
Playlist for walks.
Playlist for
What
walks.
category is
The
that?
category is, I'm selling this idea to Russia.
Oh. Russia is a very musical country as well, though.
It is.
All right. Let's bring up Veronica Garza.
Veronica.
Comedian and guest, and she's very funny, and here she is. Yeah. There's a microphone.
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you have jokes you wanted to tell, or you're cool with just hanging out?
I'm cool with just hanging out.
Okay.
I came in, there seemed like a very intense discussion going on.
Yeah, I brought it down from the beginning.
Oh, and then you brought it back down in the middle, and then I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's just
fine.
down, mostly.
Dope. This is fun. I like this. No jokes.
No jokes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck
jokes
it.
occasionally. Yeah.
I mean, it's a tiny cupboard. A lot of the comics here don't have jokes anyway.
Wow.
So it's good to be here. It's
Yeah.
good to be on their level.
We're doing more burns per minute
Hell
in this
yeah.
show, and I like.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's I gonna? I had something to ask, and it just fell out of my brain.
There you go.
Anybody out there have any questions for any of us about anything?
Yeah, let's just go to the audience immediately. Yeah. Back row.
Back row, yeah.
How do you feel about who?
Online dating.
Oh, what do you feel about online dating?
I don't do it.
Yeah.
What?
Me neither.
Every woman I've ever dated, I met her in real life. You gotta have game. I mean, you gotta know how to talk to people. You don't need a swipe.
Would you say that you have like intentional swagger, or just sort of like, oh, I'm just going to talk to people and, oh, I met somebody I like? Like, what's your...
My deal?
Yeah.
Like when I talk to women?
Yeah.
I just talk to them and I shut up and I listen.
All right.
And if I like them, I just ask questions even more. And I respect them. And then next thing you know, they want to fuck. Maybe that's just me. But also, I don't know. I just like, my thing is eye contact, talking, pay attention, listening.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that.
Look at their lips. I mean, you're gonna look at them. You're gonna if you like somebody, you're gonna look at their lips eventually.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, look at their lips when they talk.
You're like, no.
Just period.
A group of dudes are here giving advice. None of y'all have a lady with you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's just one right there.
There's one lady.
I don't think we should listen to any of your advice. None of y'all have anything to say.
Yeah. So here's $1 million idea. It's an app that gives you advice from men, but it's advice that's been vetted by a woman.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Advice from men vetted by women.
Anya shook her head vehemently.
Huh?
There you go.
But this way, everyone's included.
I think they had that. That was called MTV's Girl Code. It is on TikTok.
All right. The first time, since we're on dating, and we're not putting you on the spot because someone else brought up dating. So,
Good question.
The first time you met a woman romantically, did you pick her up or did she pick you up?
Ooh.
We were both drunk, so that could be anybody's game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that was a little bit of both talking. That was booze talking right there. Yeah. It was one of my bosses. That's what was so dope about it. Yeah. But yeah.
Player.
No, actually, I'm pretty monogamous. Actually.
Oh.
Even though I'm single, I casually date, but I don't have time to do to hoe it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to if I had time.
That's
but,
what camp I'm in as well.
You know what I mean? But it's fun to focus your attention on one person. But if you want to, if I have friends who are poly, it's dope. It's just it's a lot of scheduling. It's a lot of fucking talking. A lot of remembering names.
Yeah.
I
Birth
can't do
dates.
it. Yeah.
Memories.
It's a lot.
Remember that vacation we went on? Oh, that was.
Yeah. Or they'll say
I could have
something.
sworn you were there.
They'll say something like, "Oh, this person fulfills me in this way, but this person fulfills me emotionally. This person fulfills me physically," and I'm just like, maybe you're just fucking all the wrong people. But I respect it. That's cool. I don't know. I'm 38, so I mean, I don't have time to fuck around. And I got out of a very serious relationship. Well, I got out of a domestic partnership in June, so I've just been working on my shit, and only recently have I started dating again. Wow. But yeah, I met someone in person.
I feel like this is we've never really met or spoken before. This is my diagnosis of you right now. Or not diagnosis, but my impression of you. You remind me of people I've known in my life who are really good with women. And then I'm like, hey man, what's the secret? And they're like, dude, you just I'm just like,
just let them sit on your face.
I'm just like, what? You just what? And they're like, it's sort of like, I'm like, how do you make a triangle? And they're like, well, you have this side over here, and this side over
Three
here.
Sides. 3 sides, bro.
They never get to the third side, and I'm just sitting here with an upward arrow.
I listen, and then you just take them on dates and treat them like the fucking queens that they are. It's as simple as that, and it works. It seriously does. Thank you. But it's true. Women, if I'm on a date with a woman, it's I ask her a question and I shut the fuck up, and I let her talk. I hear what she has to say. I take it in. I ask questions, and when we go out again, it's oh, you mentioned this. I happen to read about this. Conversation, and then just keeps going. You're like, what? You continue talking to them.
And Ralph lives with somebody. Why do you need dating advice?
Put your phone.
This
away.
Is my girlfriend back here, everybody. Yeah. She's been looking at me like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Put your phone away. Like,
I think-
go ahead.
Oh, my diagnosis of Ralph is that he's constantly trying to figure out what he was doing wrong. Even though he's doing it right now, so what does it matter?
Oh, crap.
No. You're doing just fine. You're asking questions. That's what you're supposed to do.
Did you see Dune?
Not yet. Not yet.
But you're interested in it.
Yeah, I am interested in it.
But you can understand my sort of gripes. Oh, wait, you weren't even here for that.
No.
Never mind.
I just heard you say, I saw Dune. And I'm like, okay. And then I didn't hear anything else.
There's a whole segment where
it's sort
Dune
of a
really...
waste of time. It's like
3 hours?
Yeah, kind of. It's like, this handsome prince has to go from one planet to another, and we want him to win. And why do we want him to win? Because he's handsome?
Someone told me Zendaya's only in like 17 minutes of it. And it's like, that movie is 3 hours long, and she's only in it for about 15 minutes. I'll bootleg that shit, Zendaya.
Oh.
Yeah, bootleg. There's no point in seeing it.
This
She's
is
not
kind of
like in half an hour at least.
I mean, this is kind of a spoiler, but the end of the movie is sort of just like, this wasn't even the movie. The movie is the next movie. You weren't even watching the movie yet. That's kind of, what's that?
It's like setting it up?
It's setting it up as a sequel, but they do it in a way that's just sort of like, none of what you just saw mattered. Now what you're going to see next is going to matter. That's what I got out of it.
See, this right here, this what you're hearing, this conversation, women don't want to hear any of this.
This show? This show? Women don't like this show? Anya's a woman. She loves this show. Ellie loves this show.
I'm talking about Dune.
I know.
No, I like this show. This is fun. I'm having a good time.
I like when this show burns itself. I think it's important that can happen.
I want to know, to contrast the Dune story, what's the last movie or TV show you saw that you can't say enough about, that you're like, holy moly.
Oh, I can tell you. I only watched one episode of it, and I stopped myself because it was so good. I subscribe. It's only $7 a month to BritBox. It's a service that streams British television, comedies, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get it through Prime. But there's this show. It's called Cleaners, and it's about, are we familiar? I'm sure, because there's comics in here. The British, he's comedian, is it Greg Davies? Davies, tall, kind of, you know who he is, right? So he's the star, and he plays one of the guys who he does the cleanup for murder scenes.
Oh.
First episode, he shows up, and it's this woman who stabbed her husband, I think it was like 18 times. He just keeps getting interrupted from cleaning it. Like the neighbor comes, tries to give him a pie, and he like accidentally kicks it. And but the woman who stabbed her husband shows up. It's Helena Bonham Carter. And she's just fucking phenomenal in anything, but in this, she is just so good. And it's well, I don't know. I've always liked to watch just like British comedy, and this one's a little bit darker, and I love it because it's dry. But it's dope because it takes you through all of the emotions.
Right.
It's maybe 26 minutes for each episode, but I watched the first episode 2 days ago, and I stopped myself because it's just so good. I just don't want to let myself stream it. So it's called Cleaners.
Well, immediately the question that came to me is, if you met someone who cleaned murder scenes, crime scenes, do you want to talk to them or do you avoid them? Raise your hand if you're like, I don't want to talk to this person. 1,
I
2.
don't, or I do.
I don't want to talk to this person. I don't want to know.
I have like a third option.
Okay, go for it.
I do want to talk to them, but I want to leave them alone about their job because I feel like people always are asking them about their job.
Right. I met a dude who did the cleanup stuff for motorcycle accidents like 15 years ago, and he talked for about 3 minutes, and I was like, never again. It's intense. It's scary. This one, it's still dark, but the show, should I say, it's dark, but the way they handle it and tackle it, it's funny, but you still have to realize all of this centers around the fact that he needs to clean up a murder scene in the kitchen.
Right.
But it's brilliant. It's like brilliant, and the way it's written, I think, is great. So I'm very excited to get in it.
Talking, like, not in a setting like this, but like if just a person who's maybe not a comedian asks you about do you like talking about comedy?
Certain aspects of it I do. I don't like the tell me a joke shit. I don't like that.
I came up with a joke to tell in that situation.
You did tell
when somebody says, you're a comedian, tell a joke right now, I say, okay, 85 people walk into a bar, but in order to get the joke, I'm going to have to tell you a little something about each one of
that's great.
Yeah,
that's good.
I'm going to quote you on that now. That's so good.
Yeah.
It depends. I don't. What's really fun, I enjoy talking to people who don't know much, that don't, like, they'll ask who my favorite comic is, or they'll ask about, like, the actual idea of writing a joke or material, or they have an appreciation for some other part.
I just like talking to non-assholes, and I don't like talking to assholes. Like, if somebody comes up to me and asks about comedy, but it seems like they're like being snide, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to talk to a snide person.
Right.
I want to talk to humble, kind people.
I know what it is. Sorry. I like talking to people who want to listen who ask me a question about comedy and like talking about it and will listen to what I have to say, but are not there to, put their own agenda, because a lot of it's, oh, who do you watch? Oh, where else do you go up? You know what you should do? And it's always that. And it's usually like a drunk dude, and it's like, shut the fuck up. Like,
the way Anya just clapped, I felt personally attacked.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you get like, you know what you should write? You know who you should watch? Oh my gosh, she's hot. She writes like this. And it's, nah, dude, it's all right. I'm good. Like, I'm all right.
Yeah. I've said all those things.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, because I watch a lot of comedy shows. I'm like, okay, you know it all, bro.
Yeah.
It's that.
I don't think I like watching comedies that often lately.
Really?
I think I'm in a, 3-year phase where I'm not watching a lot of comedy.
TV shows or like comedy specials?
All of the above.
Because I purposely don't watch a lot. I know this kind of makes me sound like a bitch, but also it's like whatever. Like I can't watch like certain Netflix things. Like I can't watch Netflix as much, and I can't watch certain TV things because I'll look at the writer and I'm like, oh, so and so's writing for them. Or you see the show and I'm like, oh, they got cast in this, and it's like someone I know, and like that's cool to like have friends doing stuff, like be at that level, getting these jobs, and like me, it's great to be rejected from all those jobs.
Yeah, right. It's
great to be auditioning and knowing who got the spot, but also it's just like it's a hard thing to see, because at the same time you watch TV to what, like unwind, and I only get a tad bit of jealousy, which is actually healthy, but I don't get extremely mad because I'm happy for my friends to get what they get, but also it's that little bit of jealousy that fuels me, that makes me go, hey, well, what are you working on now? Get back to your shit, like focus on my paper shit, right? So I head back down and don't pay attention. So yeah, like a little bit of jealousy, but that's good. That's good. It's not like anger. It's more like, fuck, get your shit, B. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I watch TV to unwind and to chill and like to disconnect, and you can't disconnect when you see like this person you came up with, like, oh, they're on 5 episodes of this. Good for them, But yeah. Huh? What's random?
It could be random.
No, I'm not analyzing that at all. Like a lot of it, I mean, we do pretty much the same thing, and I mean, what do they say? It's like the majority of it is luck. So it's nothing neither one of us control. And so also it's like I tell myself all the time, I'm like, well, it's not happening right now because you're not ready for it, or that's just not your path. And also, there could be shit that they did that I'm not willing to do to get it, and I'm like, whatever. Because if it's someone that I don't think it's funny doing their shit, I'm like, I wouldn't want that career anyway, because when I get my shit, like when I get certain things, it's fun to have actual comics be like, yeah, you deserve it. I fucking vouch for you, as opposed to, oh, I see we're just giving it to, I see your dad has to die for you to go on SNL, like shit like that.
You know what I'd like to be cast in? I'd like to be cast in a role where, those when they have women's self-defense classes and they dress somebody up in a suit and they just get the shit beat out of them? I think it would be fun to be in that and for like an hour or two. Walk around and just walk up to random people and just like, do you want to kick the shit out of this person?
Where would you walk around though? Because I feel like you could walk around Bushwick and be fine, but you go to the Bronx, you're gonna get murdered.
Well, I guess wherever the director wants to do it. You know what I mean? I also this might make me seem like a masochist. I'm not, but I think
this is your kink. I can't shame it.
Yeah, I know. I think it would just be funny.
I think
that's
be
me.
Really funny. Yeah,
I'm in that. Hey, you got to see this thing. See that person getting the shit kicked out of them? That's me in there.
That's me. As long as you don't have a theater degree, you're good.
I'll tell you what show I'd like to be cast in.
Okay.
I'd like to be put into nature documentaries where they animals.
Yeah.
And I'd like to pretend to be one of the animals, and not just in the background. I'm not focused on. Like I pretend to be a koala, and I just want to see if people can spot me or not, or if people think I'm an actual animal.
Look at you.
You know what also?
Yeah, I want them not. I want my acting to be so good. They're like, is that? No.
You know what also would be fun? You know what also would be fun if there was a nature documentary where it was like, oh, look at these deer or antelope, and they're like, oh, that they are. Oh, they're running around, and then in one shot, there's just a guy behind the bushes eating spaghetti, and he got caught, and he didn't know what to do, and then he just like ducked down, like nature documentaries. But then there's like random people there, like,
I like
it's
that.
like a weird safe blooper show.
Yeah. There's some guy at a red box who has a DVD player.
Yeah.
He's like delivering a pizza. Oh, is this the wrong safari?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. I'll do that.
Damn.
Well, are there any closing thoughts or questions for Veronica or for anything?
Yeah, anybody.
Yes. Who said they have a question? Yeah. What's your question? What's that?
That's a great question.
Are we on a live podcast? Well, this is it's a live talk show. It's a comedy show.
Yeah.
But we did start recording these
as podcasts,
and then we released them. But we don't. We made the decision to never address the fact that it's being recorded because we didn't want to do it for the people listening. We wanted to capture a show done for a live audience. Does that make sense? So
you mean no?
Yeah. So it is recorded.
The answer is no.
I want to give you your credit for feeling it and calling it out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And nice job to make someone else ask the question. To get somebody else involved. Yes, back row.
Teamwork.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's not live, but
it'll be.
You can look up Stoner
That's
Morning Show on
four
Spotify.
People that are just disappointed tonight.
Yeah. Okay, front row.
Former guest Matt Vita.
Can I take back some of the things I said?
Can you take back some of the things you said? Yeah, sure.
Of course.
All right. We have just. I think we're almost done. But after we leave, we'll go to All Night Skate, which is
up the
bar.
street.
There's no skating there, but we'll do that. And if anybody didn't get an edible, our friends Dream Treats NYC dropped those off. Mine kicked in like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Edible.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yours kicked
Samples.
in.
Samples of edibles.
But you had a question, right? Oh yeah.
I swear, I saw somebody come up on my feed, suggested playlist with Stoner.
Stoner Morning Show, yeah.
Getting their edibles.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Cool. People are getting edibles right now. All right,
edibles.
sweet.
Yay.
Well,
Can we, before we go, oh yeah, go ahead, whatever you're going to do.
What? No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought you were going to do something. No. Before we end, can we give a hand for Zarif, our house band Zarif?
Oh yeah, our house band Zarif.
You can follow Zarif at Space Royce with a Z at Space Royce. How do we follow you, Veronica?
Oh, just find me Veros_got_jokes on Instagram. Veronica Garza, comedian. Just look
Veronica Garza.
Look up Veronica Garza.
Very funny.
Oh,
and
dope.
Yeah, this was Stoner Morning Show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, you want to do something? I'm like, no, I want to talk.
Oh, yeah.
I had so much
all of the
It's so fun.
Juanita, oh she's a, 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 oh she's a beautiful woman in my life. Yeah. I wanna spend my whole goddamn life if I ever let her go, I don't know where I'd have to go. I know I'll show you everything that I do for. Because if I don't know what I do. But oh, she's no, she's
waiting constantly. I've been on my P's and Q's and know just how to be. Every single day I have to go and gotta get. No one understands the type girl